सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. ॐ.
I just finished watching Swami Chinmayananda documentary again.
That's a fantastic series.
It's really amazing.
Yes.
It's probably the best documentary on the internet. Certainly of that type, and certainly for us, it is unquestionably. But even in general, it's an amazing documentary.
This body-mind complex also likes very much the one connected with Sringeri Jagadguru, where Swami Dayananda also is speaking there, and also Swami Paramarthananda.
Oh yeah.
I think these two documentaries are must. To know and to follow and to recommend.
Because it's also a documentary about Swami Tapovan as well.
Yes.
And Swami Śivananda. So many lessons in there.
Yes, according to Swami Śivananda, I must add that nowadays they are turning too much to Advaita.
Yeah.
And in this way they speak about the distinction between Jivatma and Atma. Like they create this, they believe in this duality. And also they have this again and again error that you can have an experience of Brahman through Nirvikalpaka Samadhi. Too much emphasis on this and not emphasis on the entire holistic approach of our Guru Parampara, which is Śravaṇam, Mananam, Nididhyāsanam, together with the dhārmic way of life.
Yeah.
Although Swami Sivananda was, of course, an Advaitin, nowadays we see this big difference in the nowadays ashramas.
Yeah.
So people believe that they can give more emphasis on meditation. Especially they follow the general yogic meditation, not Nididhyāsanam, where they want this thoughtlessness, which according to the Upanishads cannot be a source of knowledge. So Nididhyāsanam can be only for internalization of the Mahavakyams that somebody have received from Śravaṇam and Mananam, but cannot be by itself, meditation cannot be by itself the means of self-knowledge. Only it can be a means of internalization of Śravaṇam and Mananam, and especially the Mahavakyams.
And this is an obstacle for me. It's a huge obstacle. I don't do any meditation because of this obstacle. Because
no, it's also the other extreme. should be a clear understanding and clarity of the purpose of meditation, at least in our Guru Parampara, and to have it in the proper perspective.
Yeah.
It is very, very important to have clarity.
I understand that thoughtlessness itself has no meaning other than being a good preparation for Nididhyāsanam, and contemplation that you do in Nididhyāsanam is essential, and that you can't just do this thoughtlessness on its own. I understand all that, and we've talked about it many times, but every time I read for example, I read the other day in Vivekachudamani, Swamiji's like really given this meditation of thoughtlessness a hard time, like it's completely irrelevant, blah blah. I just strongly disagree that it's a bad thing. I really strongly disagree. I think it's a good thing for a number of reasons. One, it brings you peace and happiness on its own, and two, it helps you control your mind. How else are you going to control your mind if you can't distance yourself from your thoughts? You become a slave to your thoughts. And three, it's a brilliant preparation for Nididhyāsanam. So it should be praised, not criticized. If in the proper context, that then you go on to do the proper meditation, which is Nididhyāsanam, and it's just a preparation, and Nididhyāsanam is the main event. That's what you need to do the most. Contemplate the Mahavakyams and bring about this, I don't want to say the word change or transformation, but
probably the criticizing is because most of the people they don't do in the right manner. They don't use this tool in the right manner. They give it 100% emphasis, and they don't also highlighting the Śravaṇam and Mananam.
Of course.
So there is this need of balancing this error. And because all the time, also to this body-mind complex, a lot of seekers, they come and say, I do too many hours meditation, and I feel this and this, and I have this experience and this experience, and I've seen this light, and I've heard the beautiful sounds, then I felt bliss, and this and that. And the same with all the acharyas, they are receiving non-stop these questions, and all the seekers, they too much insisting on meditation in one extreme, and in another extreme they are insisting on just reading. So both are extremes.
Sure.
In our Guru Parampara, we have the holistic approach, the balanced approach. That there has to be a context, a full context of Śravaṇam, and then about this context to have Mananam, contemplation. And then in order to internalize and to make this not just an information, but the truth in the heart of your heart, you need Nididhyāsanam, the Vedantic meditation, which is contemplation. It's not thoughtlessness. At least in the beginning and middle stages. In the end, it can be also Samadhi. It can be also thoughtlessness as abiding. But after, not prematurely. So because we have nowadays this wrong phenomenon of people either going to the one extreme or the other extreme, that's why all the acharyas are insisting not to give so much importance only to meditation. It's not at all that Nididhyāsanam, or even generally meditation and thoughtlessness, is bad. It is because of the phenomenon that we have in nowadays. People and seekers, especially, seekers, They go either to the one extreme of just reading scriptures, or going to the other extreme, just doing only meditation. Yeah, both are wrong.
Yeah.
Thoughtlessness can be wonderful and as abiding. After you have reached a very beautiful way of contemplating and grasping of the Mahavakyams, then you can relax, you can just abide and enjoy your realization. No problem. And also, if you want to train the mind not to have this bombardment of the mind and the thoughts, you can also try to have thoughtlessness. But it is a matter of how you are thinking about it. What's your standpoint about meditation? It's the understanding of its value and putting it in the right perspective. That's all. If you have it in the right perspective, then thoughtlessness and also samadhi can be very, very useful. But not that samadhi or thoughtlessness can bring you to self-knowledge. No, this is a big error.
Okay, so for Subodhananda, who knows that Nididhyāsanam is essential, and he knows the correct context, I can do some thoughtlessness meditation as preparation for Nididhyāsanam. Yeah.
Of course. Certainly.
Okay.
The problem would be if Subodhananda, the 2 hours that he has left from the job as free time, spare time to dedicate to sadhana, he is offering the whole 2 hours to thoughtlessness.
Sure.
Then will be just no exit. He will be, of course, peaceful and enjoy the thoughtlessness state, but this will not lead to the permanent recognition and conviction that there is only that and you are that.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
This is the case. It is what is happening right now in the seekers in the entire earth, and how they approach in a wrong way the path to self-knowledge. And that's why in our Guru Parampara there is so much speaking against thoughtlessness and explaining that samadhi is not enough.
Yeah. Okay.
Not only is not enough, but also it is not a means of knowledge. It is not prama, it's called pramana for knowledge. And it is mentioned in the scriptures, in the Upanishads, that there is a need of a guru, and the guru's upadesa, and upadesa through Śravaṇam and Mananam.
Yeah.
And then you internalize through Nididhyāsanam, the Vedantic way of meditation. And the Vedantic way of meditation, at least in the beginning and in the middle, should be contemplative.
Yeah.
Not thoughtlessness. Until you are in such a mature, completely stage where you don't need anymore the contemplative state, but you have arrived in this mature stage where you can just abide. Then Nididhyāsanam can be samadhi, can be thoughtlessness. And you just enjoy, you just abide in your realization as Brahman. But not vice versa. You don't start from trying to be in samadhi and then to do Śravaṇam and Mananam, because this will not lead you anywhere at all. Even in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna have started to speak about meditation in the 6th chapter. And he was offering first the context, and then he was continuing the teaching up to so many other chapters. So what is the meaning from this is that if it was about meditation, and in the 6th chapter he spoke about meditation, he could stop the teaching. Or he could say to Arjuna, you can just try Samadhi or thoughtlessness, and he wouldn't offer the entire teaching.
Yeah.
So it is about offering teaching. It's not even philosophy. Sometimes they call Advaita Vedanta a philosophical system, or the pinnacle of the philosophical systems of Sanatana Dharma. But it is not a philosophical system. It is not philosophy. It is a teaching.
Yeah.
A teaching for self-realization that you can find in its purest and highest form in the Upanishads. And that requires, as per the scriptures themselves, the Guru's Upadesa, the secret instructions from the Guru. So that means that you need Śravaṇam and Mananam. Not only Nididhyāsanam, the Vedantic meditation. And also you cannot experience Brahman as an object. Your true nature cannot be experienced as an object out there, or as an experience as such. Because all experiences are in the level of the mind. To have an experience by itself, it means that it is in the level of the mind. It is in the level of mithya. And the only possible experience, in inverted commas, that you can receive about Brahman, or can try to have clarity about, is that you are aware of itself. This self-revealing, self-luminosity that you have. Other than that, there cannot be any other experience. Still, the seekers are going to the Acharyas and they say, oh, I want to have these lights and these sounds, and I want to have these siddhis, these exotic powers, and I want to experience occult phenomena or mystical experiences. But there is nothing mystical about self-knowledge. It is very simple, but it's so simple that it is easily said than done, than can be realized. The moment that you are aware that you are aware, it is enough. If you could, let's say, maintain this and have this permanent recognition and conviction, that's it. There is no other self-realization other than have a permanent recognition and conviction that you are that, and there is only that. And in that case of Chidabhasa, reflected consciousness, that is to be aware that you are awareness. It cannot offer to you any other mystical experiences, self-realization, other than having the permanent certainty, recognition and conviction that there is only that and you are that. All the other experiences and occult phenomena and mystical experiences and whatever are in the level of the mind.
Yeah.
So you may have them and you can even enjoy them, but the moment that you are trying to go for them, to achieve them, you are already in the trap of Maya, already in the trap of Mithya. Because all experiences are in the level of the mind. And as mind modes, they are in the trap of Maya. And you may have accumulated a lot of sadhana with yogic techniques in previous lifetimes. You may have done a lot of practices to achieve siddhis and riddhis. And you may have them, let's say, the result and the fruition of your previous life's endeavors and yogic practices. You may have, let's say, in this lifetime, some occult experiences or some siddhis and riddhis, occult powers, but that doesn't have anything to do with self-realization. You, as a jnani, what we call a jnani, may have spiritual experiences, may have spiritual powers, siddhis and riddhis, or not, according to prarabdha karma and previous endeavors. But it is irrelevant. You may have the greatest spiritual powers and siddhis and riddhis and not have self-realization, not having this permanent recognition and conviction that there is only that and I'm that. And the vice versa. You may not have even the slightest spiritual power or siddhis and riddhis and be a jnani and having this eternal recognition and conviction that there is only that and you are that. There is no relevance. And in our tradition, we do not advise the seekers to go for yogic powers, siddhis and riddhis, because it is a very big danger for the ego to be in a trap, and to accumulate in the end spiritual powers, siddhis and riddhis, and become very proud and maintain even more the illusion of the ego, even more to cultivate, to maintain the illusion of separation, when in reality the whole path is to go beyond the false sense of individuality as a being and the separation, the sense of separation, and to have the permanent recognition and conviction that there is only that and you are that.
Okay. Yeah, it's easy to see how the ego would be trapped by these things. It's almost bound to happen.
In most cases, the siddhis and riddhis are leading someone to maintaining the illusion, Maya, rather than helping by any means to self-realization. most of the times even is mentioned in the scriptures. So many stories of yogis becoming like acting and behaving like demons and creating a lot of disasters, full of pride and full of showing off to the people their powers, accumulated powers. The scriptures are full of such stories. And it is completely irrelevant. Simply, somebody can take it like this. It is irrelevant. It is not a prerequisite to have any spiritual powers or siddhis and riddhis for self-realization. But this mechanism of the mind, what we call mind, because mind do not exist as an entity of any kind. It is just a bundle of thoughts. But this mechanism will maintain its illusory function by the spiritual powers and through the spiritual powers. Showing them to the apparent others and thus maintaining the illusion of separation. Because in order to enjoy your powers, you need what? You need illusory others, isn't it?
Yeah, you need an audience.
Yes, so by maintaining this desire, you are reinforcing the ego, the illusory self, and the illusory others, when in reality there is only singularity. There is only that, and you are that. So what can be the purpose or the benefit of trying to accumulate or cultivate any powers, any siddhis or riddhis?
And only, I suppose, if you wanted to use them to benefit others somehow.
Yes, but there is no need of this way of benefiting others. It is more than enough to crystallize your own self-realization. This is the highest gift that you can offer to the apparent others and the apparent humanity. Because by crystallizing, by stabilizing your own spiritual growth and self-realization, then you can really benefit the apparent others who are in this trap of illusion, thinking themselves of separate beings. So there is no need actually to cultivate spiritual powers of any kind. And actually the highest spiritual power that can be achieved is self-realization. What can be higher than that? Than this spiritual power, this permanent certainty, recognition and conviction that there is only that and I'm that. What can be more great than this? Also, what can be a greater knowing other than that? It says also beautifully in Chandogya Upanishad, Uddalaka, the Jnani father to his son Svetaketu, have you learned in the Gurukulam that which, upon knowing it, you know everything, and there is no need to know anything else? And this is that there is only that, and you are that. What else after to learn other than this?
Yeah.
And what can be more important, and what or which spiritual power can be more important than knowing who or what you really are?
Mm-hmm.
And everything is in the Vyavaharika, as we call it in Advaita Vedanta, in this empirical dream apparent reality. All these spiritual powers, all the siddhis and riddhis.
Mm-hmm.
For example, even the one who is seeking spiritual powers, when he is in the state of deep sleep without dreams, there is no seeking there of anything at all.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the veiling of Maya and the illusion upon so-called waking up with the thinking process, there appears the illusion of the need of seeking these powers. There is no any need in the deep sleep without dreams.
Sure.
That means that without the thinking process, which creates the illusion of needing spiritual powers, actually there is no need.
Yeah.
And also, self-realization is not something that you attain or you achieve. Actually, it is a recognition, a permanent recognition and conviction of that which you have been always and forever. You don't create anything anew, you don't achieve anything anew, you don't produce anything anew, you cannot cultivate it, you cannot make it, you cannot achieve it or merge into it. You just need to recognize that which you have been forever and ever. This awareness in that mithya within the dream apparent reality. And prior to Chidabhasa and beingness, the feeling of beingness, this unfathomable, which cannot be any speaking of.
Mm-hmm.
So there is only a veiling that has to be removed. The sun is always there shining, and you need to just to remove the veiling in the windows. And this veiling is the thinking process. It is just a mental obscuration or mental constructions. You say, I'm somebody, I'm a samsari, I have such and such problems, I need to be free, I need to have this and that, I don't feel security, I don't feel happiness, I don't feel peace. But all these are just thought. If somebody can stop for some seconds to think anything at all, there is peace. There is fulfillment already.
Yeah, definitely.
And the moment you start thinking, then there is a problem. Even the slightest trace of a thought can produce suffering. When it is not wanted thoughts, I mean. When the thoughts are unwanted. But actually, even wanted or unwanted thoughts, if you remember to be aware that you are awareness, and there is just an appearance of wanted or unwanted thoughts, then this moment you are free. When you recognize that you are the substratum, the revealer, the accommodator, the illuminator of all these wanted or unwanted thoughts. Like you are the sky, not the clouds. The clouds may appear and disappear, but as the sky, you cannot be harmed. Or as the ocean, whether waves rise and subside, there is nothing that can harm you, the ocean. This is from Astavakra Gita. Let the waves of the ocean rise and subside. You have nothing, there is no way to be harmed. You are the ocean. But usually happens this phenomenon to become the thoughts, to become somebody who have the thoughts, and then there is this problem of wanting them or not wanting them. Raga and Dvesa, state of mind. I want this or I don't want this. And all this creates the suffering and the struggling. But it's really, really very simple. Just be aware that you are awareness. And that this awareness cannot be imprisoned in a body-mind complex or in the apparent universe. And then if you can maintain this without forgetting it, that's it. No need to do anything else. That's why this body-mind complex always recommend to his śiṣyas to be always aware of awareness, to be aware that they are awareness. And everything that appears and disappears cannot harm by any means, cannot affect, and they are irrelevant and without any relationship at all with this platform or this substratum of awareness. They are just modulations. Whatever appears and disappears are modulations of awareness. Awareness can be without modulations, but modulations themselves cannot be without the substratum. Any kind of appearances are just appearing and disappearing. They don't have any inherent substance, any inherent reality or beingness. They are just namarupa, names and forms, labels. And you cannot be anything of the appearances. Neti, not this, not this. one of the good tools in Advaita Vedanta. Neti, neti. I'm not this, I'm not this, I'm not this, I'm not this. So what am I then? That which can be the revealer, the illuminator, and the accommodator of all this, but completely without any relationship, completely without anything to do with all the appearances. Just like in the dream in the night, whatever appears and disappears cannot harm the substratum. And the one who appears as a protagonist in the dream may feel some kind of suffering or can be affected, but the dreamer in the dream is also what you are not. So the dreamer is within the dream, but what is accommodating the protagonist in the dream and the entire dream, the substratum, is completely unaffected. That's why you can wake up in the morning and whatever, even then the most awful nightmare couldn't affect you. And you stand up in the morning and there is no any problem.
It never really happened.
Yes, and the same with the big dream of what we call life. The Chidabhasa, this reflected consciousness, cannot be affected. It's just witnessing, but never affected by any means. Witnessing that one day Subodhananda is healthy, another day is not healthy.
When was the healthy day?
Even if there is always unhealthiness, the witnessing consciousness, which is accommodating and witnessing, is not in this kind of dualistic labeling, healthy or unhealthy. Has nothing to do with these labels, although it can accommodate labels. But if you were to remove the witnessing, what will be there to accommodate labels, to make them available, the labels? What can be there? Can that be possible?
No.
So the substance of everything is only witnessing, only awareness. Substance, of course, in inverted commas, because there is no substance. Also, substance is also a concept, a label. But in lack of a better word, let's say substance. If you were to remove the substance, in inverted commas, of awareness or witnessing, what will be there to labels? To speak about any labels, about any appearances?
Well, nothing.
We cannot even say nothing, because nothing is also a concept. It is so beyond of any labeling that even terms such as nothingness or emptiness are just for kindergarten. Because emptiness or nothingness are also concepts which are implying their opposite terms. Even to say Brahman is within the dream. Even if you say I am Brahman and start to have an experience of something called Brahman, you are still in the trap. The mind tries to create an experience of Brahman. And then you are lost again. Thousands of seekers, they are in this trap. They are trying to have an experience of Brahman. But it is impossible. Because Brahman cannot be an object of experiencing. It is attributeless. It cannot fall of any categorization. I told you, the only possibility is to recognize that you are aware that you are aware. Other than that profound experience or your real nature, there is no any other possibility of experiencing Brahman. And also Brahman is also a concept appearing within the dream of conceptual constructions. When you are in the deep sleep without dreams, do you speak about Brahman? Or speaking about anything?
No.
So any conceptualization, any mental constructs are still within the dream, within Maya. What we try to convey as Brahman don't have the name Brahman. Don't need a name. Don't have a name. Don't need anything as labels. And don't have any labels. The moment you are labeling through the mind and through mental constructions, your real nature, which is real nature, is also a concept, also a label, you are in the trap of mental constructions.
How can you possibly not have mental constructions?
Only by abiding. But that is a very mature stage. You cannot seek abiding. First of all, you must have a context. You must have some other steps.
Yeah, you said the abiding is the last stage of Nididhyāsanam before.
Yes, but not prematurely.
Yeah.
One of the expressions is Sahajja Samadhi, where there is no need of doing anything as such or doing any sadhana. You are just remaining or abiding in the permanent recognition and conviction that there is only that, and you are that. And one of the fastest ways to be in such a stage is to try each and every apparent second to be aware that you are aware, and that other than this awareness, nothing else exists. And all the rest, that appearing and disappearing, are just modulations of this awareness. What this body-mind complex used to say, the absolute truth is that there is only knowing that there is only knowing that is knowing. And again, this is also within Vyavaharika, empirical apparent reality, and has as a prerequisite Chiddabhasa, reflected consciousness. Prior to beingness, prior to Chiddabhasa, reflected consciousness, you cannot speak about anything. Even this quote that the highest truth is knowing that is knowing, is not relevant prior to Ciddhabhasa. It is unfathomable. Prior to Ciddhabhasa, prior to you to be able to say I'm aware that I'm awareness, prior to this, which requires reflected consciousness, you cannot say anything at all. It is only unfathomability. That's why sometimes they speak about mauna, that it is more relevant silence. Because what to say? What to say for the state prior to Ciddhabhasa, reflected consciousness? Nobody is there to say something. And you cannot say also nothing is there or emptiness is there, because these two also are labels and concepts. But at least in this level, in this Vyavaharika, empirical dream reality, the highest and the most profound that you can speak of is being aware that you are aware. And that this awareness that you are is limitless, cannot be imprisoned or confined in the body-mind complex. All the apparent body-mind complexes and the apparent universes can appear in it. Yes, this you can say. But that you awareness can be confined in a body-mind complex or in the apparent universes, it is an error. It is this awareness which is the substratum and changeless, nameless, shapeless, birthless, deathless, attributeless. There is only that, and you are that. We use the term it is singular or one, but also this is not absolutely the best. Because to speak about oneness or singularity, again you imply that there is something which is not singular or oneness.
Okay.
Every label, every term is by nature presupposing other terms. It is the nature of the mind to categorize and to wish to categorize and to give labels, to superimpose existence where there is no existence, to superimpose reality where there is no reality, to superimpose substance where there is no substance. You say the ring, but there is no ring, there is only gold. There is no ringness, there is only goldness. The isness is not in the ring, the isness is in the gold. And the isness is only in the mithya, within the dream.
Yeah.
Prior to Ciddhabhasa, reflected consciousness, we cannot speak about isness or non-isness, or the lack of isness. We cannot say that Brahman is or is not. We cannot say it exists or it exists not. We cannot say it is real or non-real, because all these are just labels, just concepts. That's why Dakshinamurti used to teach through silence. Because he probably had very senior seekers or senior and very advanced śiṣyas.
Yeah.
And at a mature state, he said, now we'll stop labeling, just abide. Of course, this is not appropriate for junior seekers.
No, doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, there is a need of baby stepping and procedures until you are able to deconstruct all tools for the apparent self-realization, which is defeating bondage or samsara. All these are just terms, all are just labeling and superimpositions. The snake in the rope. Because you believe there is a snake, you have fear. And the guru needs to come and say, look closely, come, I will show you, this is a rope. And then when you are very mature, he will say to the śiṣya, there is no even rope. There is no you and me. There is only that. And you are that and I am that. But in the beginning, he needs to help the śiṣya, isn't it? To stop having this suffering of fear and panic.
Yeah.
And he needs to say, come, I will just show you. This is not a snake. It's just a rope. Relax. Then when he is relaxed and he feels nice, he can continue. The guru will continue until there is no guru and śiṣya. And nothing to be said, needed. Look, the daughters of this body-mind complex, Tara and Samadhi, this father cannot say all this teaching to them. They are only 11 years old. But gradually, they will receive more and more. You cannot teach to a kid quantum physics. You need to step by step teach. And that's why there is teaching which is in different levels. And of course, the most profound teaching you can find in the Upanishads. But it is a teaching. It is not receiving informations. It is not just trying to be in the thoughtlessness. Thoughtlessness can be a very good tool, but by itself, it's not enough.
Yeah, basically.
Yes. Swami Dayananda ji, the guru of my guru, Swami Paramarthananda, he used to say, there is the ignorant, agitated one and the ignorant, peaceful one. So, what is the difference? You can be in the thoughtlessness and stand up from your meditation and remain ignorant.
Well, that's the thing about thoughtlessness. It's very nice, and it's, as you say, it can be helpful as a tool and in the right context, as we've discussed.
Yes.
But it's not. It feels like if you're just doing that, you're not really, inverted commas, progressing. You're not really. It's like a dead end on its own. What, as you say, when you get up from meditation, it's like, well, it's very nice. I do feel peaceful, which is better than feeling unpeaceful. But there's something missing. It's not enough.
Yes, because the problem is in ignorance and superimposing to yourself things that you are not. And this needs teaching. Ignorance can be healed through knowledge. The only way to heal ignorance is through knowledge. And knowledge cannot be acquired through thoughtlessness.
Okay, yeah, you can have a temporary cessation of problems by not thinking, but you can't, as you say, you can't develop knowledge.
Yes, you believe you are a separate individual entity. You believe you are a samsari. You believe you have such and such problems, and that you are in bondage and you seek liberation. But all these are a lie. You are that, and there is only that, and you must know that. You must go out of the ignorance. And you cannot learn that through thoughtlessness. It's just like you want to learn to do bicycling by going to thoughtlessness. Or swimming, or learning a new language. You want to learn Chinese, and you say, I will go to Samadhi, and I will stand up knowing Chinese.
Unlikely.
Yes. You have a wrong knowledge right now. You have ignorance, and you believe you are a samsari, an individual entity, a separate person. You have this illusion, this ignorance of separation. You believe that you are a separate individual among billions of other individuals as part of an infinite universe. How that can be bypassed by thoughtlessness. The moment you arrive in thoughtlessness, there can be a relief, because you don't think anymore that I am a limited person, a limited ego. Certainly you can enjoy and you can feel peaceful, but upon standing up, going to your work or out to the streets for any reasons, and the moment somebody will insult the somebody, immediately there will be the appearance of suffering due to ignorance.
Yeah.
And wherever you wander, you will experience suffering, because the root cause of suffering is the illusion of separation, the illusion of being a separate individual or a separate entity among other entities as a part in an infinite universe, when in reality you are completely unlimited, completely fulfilled. You are the wholeness that you seek. You seek wholeness through money, through relationship, through going out, through pleasures of any kind. You need to feel wholeness, when in reality you are wholeness itself. You are that which is the source of all appearances, including the thought of I am a somebody. And all this can be revealed to you through Śravaṇam, Mananam, and Nididhyāsanam in its holistic approach, combined with the dhārmic way of life. Thoughtlessness is such a tiny part, which can be used, of course, and can be very useful.
Yeah.
But to give it so much value, overvaluing it, as they do in one extreme nowadays, or to also we spoke about the other extreme, just reading non-stop and becoming completely idiots in the end. Accumulating informations. Yes, in Advaita Vedanta they say this, they say that. I know they say that. But the problem is not to know what Advaita Vedanta is conveying. The crucial thing is to be what Advaita says.
Yeah.
Or conveying. Not that my guru told me that I am Brahman. I know that I am Brahman. I know that I am that, and there is only that. And even the I does not exist. When this becomes the truth in the heart of your heart, without the slightest doubt, without any revolution from the mind, without any reservations, the slightest reservations, then yes, this is the right Śravaṇam, Mananam, and Nididhyāsanam. Not to be a scholar. Now we have millions of people, they know all the Upanishads by heart. They can say to you by heart. A lot of people.
Most of them just spend a vast majority of their time arguing on Facebook, as far as I can tell.
Yes, enjoying chatting and reading and accumulating informations, data. But this even artificial intelligence can do. Also, my guru, Swami Paramarthananda, he is laughing sometimes. He's saying, yes, the śiṣyas are coming and they say, I'm Brahman in the class, in the Satsanghas, and then they come and say to me, after the class, I'm sending SMS to Ishvara, to Bhagavan, to help me. Or I have such and such problems and I'm in suffering at home, in family, in my career. This is not what Advaita Vedanta tries to convey. Not the accumulation of data, of informations, but to be the truth, to see, to profoundly understand without any reservations. I am that, and there is only that. And to remain eternally in this certainty, this permanent recognition and conviction. And then when you have arrived in that state of permanent recognition and conviction that I am that and there is only that, you don't say I'm a jnani. You don't say that I was a samsari and a person who was unenlightened or unself-realized, and now I am a self-realized one, a jnani, or an enlightened one. You say that this is within the dream. The entire process was just a movie within the dream. The process from believing that I'm somebody who is in bondage, a samsari, and now the belief that there is only that and I'm that, the entire process is within the dream. It is mithya.
Yeah.
And you say, I have never been somebody in the first place, and there are no beings. There is only beingness. There is only that, and I am that. And I'm not a guru, and my śiṣyas are śiṣyas. You can say, I'm pretending to be a guru, to help those apparent śiṣyas who yet didn't got it. This you can say. But not that you believe that there are gurus and śiṣyas and beings and persons. Realized, self-realized persons and non-self-realized persons. If you go to my guru, Swami Paramarthananda, and ask him, are you a jnani? He will just laugh. Or smile. They went also to Kanchi Kamakoti Sankaracharya, and they told him, a śiṣya told him, I'm with diabetes and I'm in suffering. Can you say something? And he said, I also have diabetes. Like, just this phrase is enough. Like, the body-mind complexes will always have apparent problems, but all are within the dream. Even the process from going from a samsari to be the so-called jnani, it is within the dream. Because the superimposed bondage becomes superimposed moksha. But still, when there is deep sleep without dreams, you don't say, I'm a samsari or I'm a jnani. That means that all this the entire game is within the dream. Not to say that the process is not useful. Of course it is useful, because if you suffer and if you believe that you are a somebody, then you need all this. You need to go through this process until you don't need it anymore. And like a thorn, you remove the thorn in your foot and then you throw also the thorn that you have been using. The same with the scriptures, the same with the entire process. There are no gurus and śiṣyas, there are no beings, there is no bondage and liberation. But until you have the certainty of this and the permanent recognition and conviction that there is only that and I am that, and even the I am does not exist, and even better, unfathomable, until you arrive on that mature stage, the guru or the apparent guru is indispensable. Śravaṇam, Mananam are indispensable. The dhārmic way of life is indispensable. The guru parampara needs to be there to support you in the process. You need to have touch and as much as possible to be under the protection of the guru parampara.
Yeah.
Even if all of these are within the dream.
Yes, I suppose the dream has certain laws and ways of functioning, and you have to follow them if you want to get from one place to another.
Yes, even in the dream, while in the dream, if you are thirsty, you are searching for a glass of water. And when you have acquired the glass of water and you drink the glass of water, you don't feel any more thirsty. So in Advaita Vedanta, we don't negate the utility, the experienceability, and the transactability, and all the appearances. We negate the inherent existence in themselves, in the appearances. And we just try to convey that all these are superimpositions in an unchanging consciousness. Changing appearances do appear and disappear in an unchanging platform or substratum.
Yeah.
And if you don't arrive in this profound understanding with a permanent certainty and conviction, you are doomed to suffering. How you can have permanent peace, happiness and bliss and the feeling of security and wholeness if you don't remove permanently and forever the false idea or all these misapprehensions that I am a body, I'm this physical body, I'm the mind, I'm an entity, I'm an individual, I'm a person, this is my character, this is my family, this is my job, this is my car. You are completely bound if you don't remove. You cannot have permanent state of peace, happiness, bliss, security, wholeness if you don't remove all these superimpositions. Now, to take it even with the highest leap, to superimpose that you are somebody who is Brahman is also a superimposition.
Mm-hmm.
But at least you are superimposing that you are unlimited, and it is the actual truth. But it is a superimposition. It is within the labeling. To say I'm that and there is only that, it is also within the dream. You must go beyond the need to say anything at all. You must go beyond the need of wanting to reach anything like Brahman or anything at all. To reach, to attain, to become, to merge into Brahman, to experience Brahman, to become something that you are not already. All these are inside the trap. So a jnani don't need to do anything, don't need to merge into anything, don't need to think that I am that and there is only that. What he's doing? Nothing. What he's thinking? Nothing. Other than how to help those who are within the dream and they suffer. Those apparent ones, of course. But the compassion is still there, functioning. So the compassion is appearing to do the role of a guru. And you see an apparent guru acting as a guru, teaching to the apparent śiṣyas. But deep inside there is a permanent recognition that there is that and I'm that. And even I don't say that because it's still a labeling. I don't need to say. So there is a stage where you don't need even to say I'm that and there is only that. No need to say, no need to do, no need to act, no need to do any sadhana. But automatically, out of compassion, there is teaching appearing.
Hmm.
And the teaching is due to mercy. I think that if there is no need to discuss something else, we can close it.
Okay. It's quite comprehensive. Okay. Well, thank you very much for that.
Most welcome.
And we'll speak soon.
Sure.
Namaste.
Namaste. Good night.
Good night.
पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः